It is Halloween, the best time of the year, and now is my time to talk about cannibalism and monster hunters and grim reapers. Not that I don't always talk about these things anyways, but here are some great spooky titles from Boom Studios. If you're a fan of Ready or Not or The Menu, then you will definitely like Eat the Rich. I read this in one sitting, it was fantastic. In this small, isolated town full of rich people, they have a dark secret. They are all cannibals and they're eating the people who work for them. They're eating the working class. And for some reason, these people are consenting to this. I don't want to give too much away. I read it in one sitting. This is the whole story. It's in one volume, one trade paperback. Check it out. You know I'm going to talk about the Slaughterverse. Something is Killing the Children is one of my favorite comics of all time. The spin-off of this is called House of Slaughter, and this is called the Slaughterverse. Monsters are real, only kids could see them, and kids actually manifest them by believing too much in scary stories. Now, there is a monster hunting organization called the Order of St. George, but they are morally corrupt because they care more about keeping monsters a secret than actually saving people, so they kill off witnesses. And if the only people who can see monsters are children, then something is killing the children, and that thing is monsters and monster hunters. Erica Slaughter is the main character of Sick Tick. I am obsessed with her. There's also a really cool sorting system with the monster hunters. They also have totems, so they actually have to trap a monster and put it in the bodies of their childhood stuffed animals. So they'll have little mean, angry stuffed animals with them, and it's pretty awesome. There are multiple volumes already out of the series. You can find them at comic book shops as well as bookstores. This is a story about Grim Reapers. All the Grim Reapers were actually once alive. They're all from different eras, so they have era-specific outfits, but they're all red and black, so visually, really cool stuff. The main character, Jess, is the only one to not remember how she died because she is actually the daughter of the Grim Reaper Death himself. She's half human, half death. The main characters of this series are all Grim Reapers, so we actually get to explore their backstories when they were humans. And there is an original sin apocalypse in this series where nobody on Earth can die. It's complete chaos and carnage. Know Your Station, which is a sci-fi horror story by the same writer who did Eat the Rich. The top 1%, they have left Earth and they have left everybody behind to die in the climate crisis, and they live in this safe haven space station in space. But they're not safe because there is a murderer on the loose, and every issue there is a new gruesome death. If you like gore, if you like sci-fi, this one's for you. Know Your Station. The Neighbors follows a family that moves to a small town only to discover that something is very wrong. I'm talking about like double body snatchers, replacing people with clones. It's a lot of fun. If you like Celtic and Irish and English folklore, this is very heavily inspired by it. And the main character is actually a trans man, so I love the representation in this one. And this is a one-volume story as well. I'm a big fan of the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Boom Studios has a bunch of Buffy comics. This is a modern-day reboot of Buffy, so what if Xander and Willow and Buffy are all like Gen Z, and honestly it's really well done. There's also an alternate universe kind of Elseworld type story called Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, in which the sun is blotted out and vampires roam the earth and being a slayer is illegal. And finally, Hello Darkness is an ongoing series going on right now. It is a horror anthology. It is so much fun. Some of these stories will go on through multiple issues, some are just contained to one issue, some are as short as one page, and there's so many different concepts that this anthology is exploring, and it's by some of the biggest names in the comic industry. Here are just some horror comic recommendations from Boom Studios. There are so many more. This video can go on forever pretty much. But yeah, I love these titles, so check them out. Happy Halloween, and read more comics. Find a local comic book shop near you. I'll see you later.